Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Republicans have a little more breathing room in the House. Winning 2 special elections in Florida gives them 220 seats, the Democrats 213.
In Florida's 1st District, Republican Jimmy Patronis won the seat previously held by Matt Gaetz before his resignation. And in Florida's 6th District, Trump-backed state Senator Randy Fine won the seat previously held by National Security Advisor Michael Waltz.
Fox's Brooks Singman. Susan Crawford wins the election for a seat on Wisconsin's state Supreme Court, giving liberals a 4-3 majority there. New tariffs on imports from around the world are being announced today at the White House.
President Trump had proposed reciprocal tariffs, putting the same duties on imports a country charges for American exports, but has backed off a bit, now suggesting in some cases U.S. tariffs will be kinder. In addition, tariffs are also being imposed on steel, aluminum, cars and trucks, and lumber.
Fox's Jared Halpern. America's listening to Fox News.
The news is sponsored by Lee University, where you can expect something great.
The Mix 1041 News Desk brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at loganthompsonlaw.com.
At Southern Heritage Bank, we love providing personal service as your local community bank.
There are a lot of banks, so what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology, mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
First of all, as Xandra, of course, you can hear in the background, even if you're not listening on the air, we've got a very special broadcast we're going to get into here just after the news. But it's called Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime. Second year we've done this, and we're really looking forward to it with our friends in the 24/7 movement. So we'll be talking with them coming up here in just a moment. We got a lot of people coming in both this morning and this afternoon talking really about safety on prom night. So we'll do that in a moment. But first, our news partners at Local 3 are reporting Habitat for Humanity of Cleveland asking for the public's help in locating their missing construction director. He is 45-year-old David Cowan. And here's what Channel 3 says. Cowan was last tracked traveling toward Sweetwater, described as 5'11", weighs about 215 pounds, driving a white 2018 Ford F-250 Crew Cab 4x4. If you have any information or have seen David Cowan, you need to call 911 or local law enforcement. Again, this is David Cowan. He is the construction director for Habitat for Humanity of Cleveland. And they have put out a bulletin looking for him. WDEF reports Cleveland police searching for a suspect in a hit and run that injured an 8-year-old child. It happened on Sunday, Berry Street Northeast. Witnesses say children were playing soccer in a yard in the road in a yard and the road when an unknown vehicle struck one of them and fled south toward 6th Street Northeast. Anyone with information, call Cleveland Police 790-7810. WTVC reports authorities in Polk County looking for a group of teens caught on camera vandalizing South Polk Elementary School back on March the 9th. Video footage shared by the Polk County Sheriff's Office shows suspects near the school's playground leaving the scene. The extent of the damage is still unclear. If you have any information, contact the Polk County Sheriff's Office, Detective Cody Day at 338-8215. Dr. Ben Carson will speak at Bryan College on April 11th, 10 a.m. in the Rudd Auditorium. A renowned neurosurgeon, author, and former U.S. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Dr. Carson's known for pioneering the first successful separation of co-joined twins. Dr. Ben Carson, a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, he will focus on perseverance, faith, and education. Again, he'll speak at Bryan College, April 11th, 10 a.m. in the Rudd Auditorium. And now we are going to kick off a very special morning. This is the second year that we have done this, and we're so happy about it this morning and this afternoon. It's called Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime. We are joined by Randy Bonner with the 24/7 movement. This was his brainchild. When Zandra tries to take credit for everything, this was Randy.
Totally Randy.
For some reason, Zandra's here. Hello, how are you? And Jared Waldrop. Of course, Zandra and Jared, ATS The Bridge. Randy, I want to begin with you. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning, Steve.
Hey, thanks for doing this. This was wonderful last year. In case folks weren't with us last year, tell us about it.
Well, we partnered with our friends here at ATS The Bridge, and Zandra and Jared have been wonderful. Zandra and I have been meeting with student leadership from Bradley High School, Cleveland High School, Walker Valley, all of them coming together. Three different occasions that we've met. And so those students have been helping to shape what we're doing today and actually what's going to be happening from this day all the way through prom and graduation season, making sure that we do what we can to encourage our students and everybody that's in their life, all their influencers. Let's keep them safe so they can have a fun, celebrative prom and graduation season and into the next chapter of life.
The director of ATS The Bridge is Zandra Wells. Zandra, tell me about ATS's part of all this and why it's important.
Well, of course, as Randy said, this is his brain. You said it is his brainchild, and he called one day and said, "Hey, I have an idea. Tell me what you think."
Turn our phones off.
Thank you. Yes, sorry about that. Everybody's hearing me on the radio. That's what it is.
I know. Everybody's listening.
But he said this was my idea, and Jared and I talked about it. We thought, oh, this is fabulous. And, the nature of what both of us do is talking about choices with our students. And we all work with these kids, and it takes all of us together. And this is something that is so important because prom time is a time when sometimes kids may try something they never did before. So we want to give them knowledge and then help them focus and, remind others about making good choices because it starts from the minute they pick that dress,
That's
and
right.
that tux.
That's right.
It starts
You're
there.
listening on the radio. Zandra is sashaying here. Jared Waldrop, tell me ATS The Bridge and just you personally how you feel about this.
It's awesome to see a community that's talking. I believe if we're talking, we're winning. So between 24/7 movement, ATS The Bridge, a community that is talking about necessary things when it comes to the safety of our kids, that's phenomenal. Because we love our community, we love our kids, and this message is so necessary, especially prom season. Kids out having fun, maybe making choices, like Xander said, that they wouldn't normally make. But we've got to address the safety issues. So if you're a parent, please listen in throughout the day. If you're a teacher, please listen in. A coach, anybody that's connected with kids, talk to them. Keep the message going. Start the conversation all throughout this season about the importance of just being aware, being safe, being heads up, and making good choices. That's what we have to do, and I'm proud of our community for doing that.
Randy Bonner, 24/7. Hey, give us a little preview of what's going to happen this morning, and we're back this afternoon starting at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, Steve, we've got some tremendous panels coming in. Students, a couple different panels of students from all three of our schools. We've got teachers. We've got the principals from our three high schools and both school directors that are coming in. We've got two different slate of coaches that'll be with us, influencers again in students' lives. And then this afternoon, you also hear from the Dillard family and Kim Ledford. Both have suffered loss in their lives, and of course the 24/7 movement and the Dustin Ledford Scholarship Foundation. All of those are just helping to prevent these kinds of tragedies from happening again. And then this afternoon, we've got community leaders. We've got Judge Morgan. We've got Judge Collins. We've got Adam Lowe, Senator Adam Lowe, that's going to be calling in. We've got more students. We've got law enforcement officials that are coming in, area youth pastors and pastors, and then we have parents. And we feel like it's so important for us to hear from parents and to do what we can to encourage parents as well. So it's going to be a great day. Fantastic guests that are coming in to be part of this event.
Looking forward to it. We are going to begin, though, right here with our Hardee's Wake Up. And I know Hardee's, of course, Mark Johnson, Julia Scoggins, our friend Nicole Morsehead, the entire staff at J&S, which own the Hardee's in this area, would echo the feelings this morning. They all have children. They either had children who attended prom or they do now, and they all want everyone to be safe on prom night. Hardee's has their new chicken cordon bleu sandwich. Zandra, have you tried this yet?
I have not, but...
Well, let me tell you about it. Just
okay,
calm down.
Yeah.
We at Hardee's, we're featuring a crispy, 100% white meat chicken breast, hand-dipped in buttermilk and lightly breaded, topped. Now, hang on. If that wasn't enough, topped with smoked ham, melted Swiss cheese, and honey mustard.
No.
Come on.
No,
it's
not
illegal.
honey mustard, no.
Visit Hardee's today and try the chicken goodness for yourself at Hardee's.
And it's on a biscuit.
Introducing Hardee's Original Bag packs 2 full-size favorites plus fries and a drink for just $6.99. No junior burgers or tiny nuggies, just full-size goodness for big-time value. The $6.99 Original Bag, only at Hardee's.
Sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. Wake up, sleepyhead, get up and play. Everything's yellow, it's a beautiful sight. Sunbeam showers makes everything right. Come on now, let's get away.
Make every day brighter with the sunny southern goodness of Mayfield Dairy.
Did you know that a large number of student athletes vape, thinking it will give them a boost in performance? But you can't play if you can't breathe. Escape the vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
What's your biggest investment? Probably your home. The roof over your head. If it's time to repair or replace your roof, the pros at Langley Roofing are here to help. See a loved roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
At Basement and Crawl Space Solutions, we're excited to announce our partnership with USS. Together, we bring additional resources and over 30 years experience.
We can tackle bigger challenges and deliver even better results to protect Chattanooga homes now more than ever.
Call USS. At summer camp, kids find their why. Friendship and fun, a world of adventure beneath a golden sun. When kids find new passions, they find their why. Summer camp season starts soon. Find your why for a better us.
It's Ram Truck Month at Crown CDJR Cleveland. Shop over 200 new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams. Up to $11,000 off MSRP. Or get financing as low as 1.9% for up to 72 months. Buzzer beater savings on new Ram 1500 pickups. $11,000 off MSRP. Crown CDJR. The better way to buy and service. Visit CrownChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
Xandra scaring the children. All right, we are back live, Mix 1041, MixTV.tv, and let's get our Mermaid Mattress Weather Center. Mermaid Mattress, buy directly from the factory and save money at Mermaid.
Thank you to all the families that have and continue to purchase all your mattress needs from locally owned Mermaid Mattress. Keeping your dollars local is important, and so is buying from a family, not a firm.
All right, for today, cloudy skies early in the day, and then we'll see some sun by the afternoon, a high of 82. We'll also have wind gusts occasionally over 40 miles per hour today, sustained winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. So be aware of that, a low of 67 this evening. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy later, a high of 86 and a low of 66. And then on Friday, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy later, near record high temperatures on Friday, a high of 87. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 54 degrees. Taking a look at the central heat and air radar, things are looking great out there.
This weather forecast is brought to you by PhD Pharmacy, Keith Street, near Harrison Pike. Free delivery within a 50-mile radius of Cleveland. Call Gina Moser Patterson today at 423-614-6650.
All right, we continue our special broadcast this morning. We are dedicating our broadcast for the 24/7 movement and ATS The Bridge. It's called Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime, and it focuses in on having a safe prom. And we are joined now by some wonderful students from our local high schools. We've got representatives of Bradley, Cleveland, and Walker Valley. And I told them I'm just going to start down here. Come on up, buddy. And I like your hat, Old Hickory. That's good. Is that your nickname? Or?
Can be if you want. That's what you want to call me.
Give me your name, buddy.
My name is Bronson Stone, and I go to Bradley Central High School.
All right. Well, Bronson, let's talk about your prom plans and what you're looking forward to the most.
Yes, sir. We're planning to go get pictures before and then go eat and have a great time and safe night at prom.
You got it. So let me ask you if you could highlight, as far as any of your student-led good choices, safety activities that your school is initiating between now and prom at Bradley.
So we do the mock crash at Bradley, which is really big. We're having stuff in the cafeteria where we're like spreading the word and giving out little bracelets from the 247 movement and ATS The Bridge. Just trying to really spread the word about safety.
All right, very good. How? Let me ask you this: how real is the pressure to drink and or use drugs, or just not just prom, but in general?
In general, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of bad that goes along, but you just have to find your good people and stay good and try to help everyone.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. All right, come on up. Give us your name.
My name is Jonathan Alomar. I also go to Bradley Central.
All right, Jonathan. Same question. Your prom plan and what you're looking forward to.
I'm more looking forward to the dinner, but I'm also going to be taking pictures and staying safe out there.
Can I ask you where you're going to dinner?
I think it's 1817.
1875 in Ocoee.
Oh, that one, yeah. That one.
I when we're off the air, I'll give you a couple recommendations.
All right,
okay, it's a
works.
great place to go. All right, so let's talk about it. And I know we just talked about the Bradley plans between now and then. Tell me how you're involved in that and what's happening.
I actually play a big role in the mock crash. I'm one of the people who unfortunately supply the alcohol in it, but at the end of the day, it spreads out that good word of it to stay safe and not to drink and drive.
What do you tell your friends, your peers at Bradley Central about driving impaired or distracted, riding in a car with someone or riding a car with someone who is?
I mean, it's not good. You always have a way out. Like, if worst case, if you do it, ask for help or just get someone who's like sober or knows how to drive and get you safely home so that you, make it home safely.
That's right, buddy. Thank you so much. All right, I want to say hello to you. Come on up here. Give us your name, and I think you go to Cleveland.
I do. My name is Olivia Johnson, and I go to Cleveland High School.
All right, so what are your plans on prom night?
The morning of prom, I'm getting ready with a couple of my friends. We're going out to breakfast, and we're also planning to eat after. And, yeah.
So it's gonna be a great night. Let's talk about Cleveland High School and what you guys are doing between now and prom.
When you're buying a prom ticket at Cleveland, they're asking you, there's students, a group of students in our leader-worthy class who are asking you to sign the Safe Driving Pledge before buying a prom ticket.
Oh, that is so cool. And talk about the pressures on high school students about just overall.
I think that the pressure is pretty real, but I do think that it's very important to surround yourself with people who value their own life and yours as well.
You got it. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Come on up here. Hi, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Madeline Taylor.
And you go to Cleveland High?
Yes, I do.
Same question. Let's talk about your prom plans.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing as Olivia, actually. We're going together. So we're going to go eat breakfast and get ready and do all the cute stuff before. And go eat and probably get ice cream, too.
Oh, now
After.
see, ice cream on prom night.
Yeah,
That-
obviously.
I would go back to prom just to go. That's a great idea. I never even thought of that. It's wonderful. So, as far as talking about organizations maybe on campus there at Cleveland High School that are making a difference when it comes to good choices, talk about maybe some of the organizations at Cleveland who are making a difference.
A lot of us, I think all of us, are in 24/7 Movement and ATS The Bridge. And, yeah, we like to sit at the... Who's the speaker that came to talk at my school? Do you guys know? Do you know? I don't know, but we had a good speaker, and we all sat together
I
and
remember
supported
it.
him.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But
It was fun.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. All right, come on up here. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. What's your name?
I'm Madeline McKinney, and I also go to Cleveland High School.
All right, so prom plans, what's happening?
Pretty much the same thing as the other girls, just kind of staying the night with some friends. We're going to get ready, just chill, just hang out, and take it minute by minute.
That's cool. So let's talk about it, though. Talk about the pressures on you, your peers, drinking, drugs. Is it real?
Oh, I feel like it's very real. And, whoever you surround yourself with is what you're going to, more be inclined to do. If you surround yourself with good people who aren't really interested in drinking, or if they do, they have a safe plan to get home, whether it's a parent picking them up or something. But if you don't, then you're opening the door to put yourself in a horrible situation.
So planning is very key.
Yes.
Couldn't agree more. Great to have you this morning. Hi, buddy. Come on up here. What's your name?
What's up? I'm Gavin Harris. I also go to Cleveland High School.
Gavin, talk about your prom plans. What you're looking forward to.
Well, my prom plans are to listen to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys going together?
Yeah, we are.
All right. Have you gotten the corsage?
Yeah.
Do we
We're
still
still
do
working
that?
on that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. Do we still do boutonnieres and all that? I don't know. Folks, I graduated 50 years ago. I don't know. All right. What? It's a bouquet now. Oh, it's a bouquet? I don't know. We don't even do corsages anymore? No corsage. All right, so sorry, that's it.
You're good.
I'm basically in junior high school myself. Talk about what's happening at Cleveland High School on campus. What are you hearing from your friends?
So, do you mean as far as prom plans?
Well, not
or
just about this issue of being safe on prom night.
So it's kind of a newer thing at Cleveland that we really just introduced this year with the whole 24/7 movement and ATS The Bridge. And Cleveland, we've never really took a big part in it as far as kind of Bradley and Walker are a little bit more ahead of us with it. But it's kind of something we've started out doing just to get the awareness out. For one is making posters. And a couple of my peers in our leadership class are doing that. And then we're also kind of talking about it and telling people what we're doing, going over the main office and stuff. But, everybody seems to be talking about it and, doing what we're not telling them to do, but the point's getting across.
Yeah, that's so cool. Thank you, buddy, for being here. All right, come on up. What's your name?
My name is Maddie Whitecaster, and I go to Walker Valley.
All right, so prom plans, what's happening?
Our prom's in the North City this year, so we're still trying to figure out our plans. We don't really know.
Your prom
what
is
they
where
have
now, I'm
up
sorry?
there. Lenore City.
In Lenore City?
Yes.
Where do you go to school?
Walker Valley.
Walker Valley's going to Lenore City.
They are.
For prom?
Yes.
Did we know this? Yeah. All right. Now, okay.
You did.
Okay, I don't know. Look, I don't know anything. All right. So, and that's not too far, I wouldn't think. From
Not
up
terrible.
there.
No.
Not too bad. All right. So, let me ask you this. As we think about prom, talk about the pressures, because I know it's very real on students.
Yeah, I would say it really is about the people that you surround yourself with. I know that in some groups it's almost normalized, so it can be hard to get away from that, but I do think it is.
Certainly
really
so.
about
Well,
who
thank you
you're
for being. Are you part of ATS
Yes,
and
yes,
also
and Brittany's kids. Yes.
What now?
And Brittany's kids, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. What'd she mean to you, Brittany Dillard?
A lot, yeah. I think it was very hard for Walker Valley, but we're really pushing through,
Her
spreading the word.
legacy lives on up there in a big, big way.
Yes.
Thank you for being
You're
here.
welcome.
Hi, what's your name? Now, you guys can you don't have to just use that mic. Use whatever mic you want.
My name's Ellia Manning, and I go to Walker.
All right, so what's happening prom night with you?
Again, not super sure. I know I'm definitely going out to eat beforehand
Very
and
important.
then hang out with some friends.
It's a very important thing. Just talk about how important this is to you personally. This entire this entire movement, I would say, to really be informed and be safe on prom night, and your friends.
It's really important for me. I mean, I care about my friends and just our school community, and I do know people who have been into drugs and alcohol, and it's just not what you want.
Well, you guys being here makes a big statement. It really does, and I really appreciate all of you coming in this morning. So have a great prom night, guys. And who said ice cream on prom night? That was a great idea.
I know.
I may take my wife to prom. I don't know. We'll see. All right. By the way, I set the record at Cleveland High School for being turned down on prom night. So, being turned down for prom. Yeah, and all right. Thank you, Sandra. We appreciate that. Thanks, guys, very much. All right, we're going to take a quick break right here. Bridget, let's check our Simmons Bank celebration list. What do you got?
Happy birthday to Keith Romanger today. Also, Arlette Robinson is celebrating as well.
Arlette?
Yeah.
Arlette Robinson. My Lord Almighty. She's a grandmother now. Did you know that?
She is. She's also the career and technical director for Bradley County Schools.
And won every award that there is.
Yeah, she's wonderful. Happy birthday. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritipest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. You can visit the new location of Simmons Bank in Cleveland at the corner of Keith Street and Stewart Road. Call Ken Dew, 423-381-3427.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. You are listening to Mix 1041. You're watching us on mixtv.tv. It's the broadcast this morning. We're turning our broadcast over to Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime, focusing on prom and being safe for prom. We're going to talk to some teachers from our local schools coming up here in just a moment. But first, 7:28, let's get a news update right here. The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at loganthompsonlaw.com. All right, time for the news here. Habitat for Humanity of Cleveland asking for the public's help and locating their missing construction director. He is 45-year-old David Cowan. Cowan last tracked traveling towards Sweetwater. We're going to have more on that coming up at the top of the hour. Cleveland police searching for a suspect in a hit and run that injured an 8-year-old child. And Polk County, they're on the lookout for a group of teens caught on camera vandalizing the South Polk Elementary School. Those stories and more in full detail at the top of the hour. Brought to you by Cleveland Plywood Company, 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland.
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland on-time traffic report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway and anytime at donledford.com. We have no reports of any accidents this morning as we take a look at the Langley Roofing traffic cameras. The interstate is looking good as well. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ritipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. This traffic report is brought to you by Southland Finance. Exciting changes are happening at Southland Finance. They're still here to offer the same services they always have and so much more. Call or stop by their Cleveland office at the corner of 25th Street and Peerless Road. Find out how Southland Finance is growing to serve you. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
And another business that we're featuring this morning that cares so much about prom night safety, my buddy John Davis, a general manager at Kia of Cleveland.
The Approve-a-thon is...
You're watching Mix Mornings on mixtv.tv, presented by Bradley Medical Center. We'll be right back.
Magnolia Dental Center of Cleveland wants to welcome you to the Magnolia family, a local dental clinic that uses their God-given knowledge and skills to bless our community through dentistry, checkups and cleanings, fillings and crowns, dentures and partials, emergency dental care, and so much more. Conveniently located at 2190 Chambliss Avenue. Call them at 476-3307 to set up an appointment today for you and your loved ones, ages 12 and up. Free exam and x-ray through March 31st.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight.com. Bank accounts too low? Check into cash. So where do you go.com? Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do it quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do it quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
Here at Champies, we are your March Madness headquarters. So come out, watch the games on our big screen. We have 22 TVs to watch it otherwise. Enjoy some fried chicken and drinks. We hope that your favorite team wins.
Spring has sprung, and that means the Mix 1041 Spring Home Refresh is back. Each week, we're cracking open the Mix 1041 prize vault, and we'll give away amazing prizes to help with your home refresh. We'll also be giving away a Spring Home Refresh grand prize pack worth thousands of dollars. The Spring Home Refresh is presented by Cleveland Insurance. ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Paul Feinbaum Show, The Drive, and more of your favorite shows. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
Hardee's Original Bag packs 2 full-size favorites plus fries and a drink for just $6.99. No junior burgers or tiny nuggies, just full-size goodness for big-time value. The $6.99 Original Bag, only at Hardee's.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
401.com presented by CHI Memorial. Let's go inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center. There's another guy that I know would echo the prom safety message that we're doing this morning with the 24/7 movement at ATS The Bridge. Roger Pickett, whose daughter Lindsay is a teacher at Walker Valley High School. Kristen, of course, a Cleveland High athlete and volleyball star. And he tell you all about it. He's got grandchildren, too. He wants to be safe on prom night one day.
Whenever you see the big box chains that sell mattresses, you'll also find locally owned Mermaid Mattress, either across the street or around the corner, where more of your dollars will stay local.
For today, cloudy skies early in the day.
Hang on. I just looked at you the first time in 18 years. Hey, listen.
Thank you.
Would this be black and gold? Are we Walker Valley? Are we Bradley? What are we?
Yes, I'll be at a Bradley baseball game later tonight. So
we're you're on record now supporting Bradley.
My nephew plays baseball at Bradley, yes.
Jameson, good morning, Jameson.
Right,
Jameson
yes.
doesn't listen anymore. He's too cool for us.
Yeah. We'll have cloudy skies
you did
early
go
in
to
the
Bradley.
day today. I did, yes.
Although the transcript's not what? Right.
Yes.
Well, so were you, and you threatened to wear your cheerleading uniform in this morning. I had to stop. Zandra's here. Zandra's been here all night waiting. All right, go ahead.
All right, we'll have cloudy skies early in the day today. We could see some sun later in the afternoon. It's going to be windy. Winds sustained at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour today.
And that's just Zandra talking. So, I mean, beyond that.
A high of 82 and a low of 67 this evening. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy in the afternoon. A high of 86 and a low of 66. And then on Friday, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy later. Near record high temperatures on Friday, a high of 87.
Yeah.
Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 55 degrees. Taking a look at the Central Heat and Air radar, things are looking great out there.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Aubrey's of Cleveland. Aubrey's of Cleveland offers some of the most fresh and delicious food in East Tennessee. Stop in tonight for dinner or order online at aubreysrestaurant.com. Click the Cleveland location
word.
and order there.
He's almost legal. All right, we're on the air. 7:36. Good morning. The Mix 104.1 CHI Memorial Sports Desk, CHI Memorial Hello Human Kindness Sports, sponsored in part by the Town Squire. And I know Larry McDaniel. Larry rents more tuxes this time of the year than anybody has for over 40 years. Been your tuxedo headquarters for prom. And I know Larry, and I've heard him said to me, he said, Steve, please let everyone know that prom safety is of the utmost importance to the Town Squire. He has had so many generations. I got my tux for prom, even though I went by myself, sadly, there at the Town Squire. But generations. And Larry says, look, he had 2 daughters in the system at Bradley Central High School, and he remembers prom night, and he wants everybody to be very safe on prom night. The Town Squire has a great selection of sportswear. Larry says it may be the best in 48 years. Peter Millard, Volunteer Traditions, Johnny O at the Town Squire. Stewart Park Plaza, Keith Street, Cleveland. Dodgers over the Braves, 3-1 last night in Los Angeles at Chavez Ravine. Braves 0-6. 0-6. It's going well, isn't it? Dodgers are 7-0 meanwhile. Tonight, Braves at Dodgers, 8:30 right here on Mix 104.1. And folks, don't forget, if you're a big Braves fan, ESPN Cleveland 101.3, our sister station. So, for Mix, we do basically the game. But on ESPN Cleveland 101.3, we have pregame, we have the game, and we have postgame, the whole thing. It's all driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. UTC advanced to the NIT Championship for the first time in school history. They beat Loyola of Chicago last night, 80-73. McMinn County Baseball defeated Cleveland High School last night, 11-2. We got this in. Walker Valley boys soccer over Cleveland High School, 2-1. Walker Valley at Bradley tomorrow night. All right, Lake Forest Varsity Baseball defeated Cleveland Middle 6-1 last night. Well, we're going to get back into our special coverage this morning. It's called Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime. We are joined by the 24/7 movement, ATS The Bridge, putting a spotlight on prom night safety. And we are joined by some wonderful teachers from our local high schools, from Bradley, from Cleveland, and from Walker Valley. And Randy Bonner let me know that these teachers here have been selected by their students to be here this morning. And so we're so glad to have them. And I just want to start right here with you and give us your name and where you teach, if you want to come around there.
I'm Rebecca Ball, and I teach at Walker Valley High School.
At Walker Valley High School, and of course, Brittany Dillard.
Yes, she one of my besties. So we actually taught together on Freshman Academy for about a decade. So
is that right?
So this is a really important thing for me to participate in to honor her legacy.
And her legacy is being lived out by what her parents, I should say her in-laws and her family and Randy here, the 24/7 movement have created. Tell me about the dangers and what you hope all of this accomplishes for prom night specifically.
I really want the kids to understand that it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. This is one of those lessons that you want to learn the easy way and not the hard way, because you can't undo it. So it's incredibly important that the kids not take a risk on something that could alter their life or someone else's, or could take them out of this world completely. So driving distracted, using substances, anything like that, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the risk at all.
What do you hear? So we got a lot of parents and grandparents listening right now, family members. What are you hearing? I mean, you're right there at the front lines. So you're hearing.
Right.
What are you hearing from the students?
I think the kids really don't understand how dangerous vapes are and what goes in them. And parents don't understand how easy it is for their kids to get them, and how easy it is for them to trade them around. And just, one puff off of a vape could be the end. So I think that's something they really want to make sure they're aware of, that there are things that they don't see happening, especially with the digital world now, that kids can easily communicate that way and parents have no idea what's going on.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you for being here. Come on up here. Tell us your name. I know your name.
So I'm Lisa Yulo, and like Rebecca, I am a Brittany Kids Club sponsor at Walker Valley, and I am a Brittany Kids Club sponsor because my son is a Brittany's kid, and before Roman became Brittany's kid, Brittany was my kid. She was, before she became Mrs. Dillard, she was the sweetest angel in my class. So that,
Wow.
therefore, for all of the above many reasons, this is, like Rebecca, this is important to me, this mission. I'm very thankful for the community rally around the students, including my son. I know this prom group very well. That doesn't that makes me less the wiser. That's parenting 101. We know very little, even though we know we are the parents of the kids. So I'm the lucky mom this year because prom ends at my house. That wasn't that way last year, and it wasn't that way when my daughter was at Walker Valley going to her prom. So that's exciting. So prom ends at my house. I don't know what it is about the kids, and they just love their sleepovers, and they're getting together after prom. And the after prom thing is, I think, something that parents can ask their kids about, should probably, if it wasn't at their house. Like I said, I'm lucky this year, but in years past, I had to find out where that the kids spent after prom, and so I'll be having to drink lots of caffeine drinks. I promised.
I'll give you some advice on some strong Colombian coffee. I guarantee you right now. Lisa, hey, and I by contract, I've got to say your husband, Rocky, is a former Mix Madness champion. So anyway, tell him I said hello.
Appreciate you so much.
Thank you for coming in, Lisa. Great to see you. Come on up here. Give us your name. Tell everybody. I know who you are, but tell them who you are.
Hey, I'm Jenna Morris, and I teach leadership at Cleveland High School.
Jenna, what are you hearing on campus as people prepare for, as the students prepare for prom?
There's a lot of excitement going on. Since I teach leadership, we're actually doing a Prom Spirit Week this week to raise awareness with the 24 movement and ATS The Bridge. We're completing activities from the Tennessee Reduces Crashes website, like seatbelt selfies and to prevent distracted driving, and taking the prom pledge to not drink and drive or get in a car with someone who is impaired.
What do you want parents to know that you're hearing from students? Like I said before, what should parents know that maybe they're not hearing at home?
Well, I think it's important for parents to remember that their kids, while they're on the brink of being adults, they're not grown, and they still need them. It's really important for parents to be proactive and have conversations with their students, to still check their social medias and monitor their cell phones and pay attention to who their friends are. I've also fostered a teenage girl before, and I was the queen at saying, here's a strip, you're going to go take a drug and nicotine test, just to be proactive. Even when I didn't think she was doing it, I wanted her to know that she was going to be checked. So doing things like that to keep your kids like on their toes of, hey, it not only tries to catch them, but it gives them an out in situations where they're peer pressured.
That's tremendous. Thank you so much for being here. Hi. Come on up here. Tell us who you are.
How you doing, Steve? Seth Lamagna. I teach world history at Cleveland High School.
Wow, world history at Cleveland High School. Again, same question. What are you hearing there on campus at Cleveland in your classes?
We have a lot of amazing students, peers that do talk to other students. And I've seen with these programs, with the Bridge and 24/7, there's a lot of exposure. So kids are talking about what they can do to get out of these kind of situations, or the answers that they can maybe give to not be peer pressured into driving with someone that does drink, or even saying no if it's offered to them. So I see a lot of that, but I also do, to echo what Jen just said, parents need to be involved. I don't think there's too much that they can not do to make sure that their students are safe. And kids really do, I think, sometimes need that. And a lot of them, I see that they actually want it. So just checking in, being, what are your plans, hearing what you said about like what they're doing after and where you're going to be, what time. Our social media and our technology age allows that more than ever before. So I think safety and communication is really, really the key.
Thanks so much, Seth. Great to see you. And all right, come on up here. Tell her about who you are.
My name is Brian DeLoach.
You can move that microphone around.
All right.
There you go, buddy.
My name is Brian DeLoach. I'm a teacher at Cleveland High School. Go Raiders!
Oh, wow, coming out strong. All right, so Brian, same thing. Let me just ask you, your students chose you to be here this morning as a representative. What does that mean to you?
Means the world. I can't imagine why, but I'm here and I'm ready to go.
All right, let's talk about it, though. Maybe, what I love the talk about parents, because what role do you think parents play in all this?
They're the first line of defense. When it comes to safety, more than anything else, the parents are or should be the first line of defense. I would ask that the parents, what I'm hearing from the students is that they are pumped up about prom. I mean, they are so jazzed about prom. We used to think that prom was on its way out. They are more stoked about prom than...
You're getting some dirty looks behind you, by the way.
And the reason I say that is because prom hasn't changed that much. Times have changed a lot, but they haven't changed that much. There's a lot of pageantry. There's a lot of societal pressure. This is seen as sort of the peak of a lot of kids, the peak or the capstone of a lot of kids' high school experiences. And I would ask that the parents remember their prom nights. I would ask that they would remember their prom nights, the good times and the bad, maybe even some of the temptations, some of the regrets that they faced, and I would ask that the parents would talk to their kids with those things in mind about prom night, the good and the bad. I think that will allow their student to, place those things within a narrative, and it really will hit home better.
Brian, thank you so much for being here. All right, come on up here. Tell us who you are. Get your energy drink, please. We'll just keep moving here, Brian.
Hi, I'm Michaela Brooks, and I teach at Bradley Central High School.
Michaela, same question. Your students chose you to be here. What does that mean to you?
It means the world to me, like everybody else has said. This is my first graduating class. I've only taught for 4 years. And so just knowing that they trust me with certain topics to discuss and that they can put their faith in me just means a lot to me.
What are the students talking about prom at Bradley, and what's your advice to parents this morning?
Well, luckily I teach in the freshman academy, so I don't get too many prom discussions going on in my room. But I think the seniors that do come in and see me, it's just the same thing. Just make sure that you can have open communication with the parents between the kids. Make sure that you know what they're doing, what's going on in their life, and just be active and engaged in their prom night and in their life in general.
Well, it's great to see you. We'll see you
Thank
tomorrow
you.
for the Barrett's championship rally. Cambria and I are kind of related, so
Kinda.
Your sister Amy is my sister-in-law, so
Yes.
so Cambria Hamilton.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, and I teach at Bradley.
And
I'm
you
also
teach-
in the 9th grade academy with Michaela.
Yeah, so same question that you've been hearing here, Cambria. I mean, prom and what it means to you and these students.
Yeah, they're excited. I've seen lots of dresses. They're all really excited, but just kind of, reiterating what the rest of the teachers have said. They got to be safe. I tell them how heartbroken I would be if anything were to ever happen to them. Please make sure that you're safe. Please make sure that you're telling your parents where you're going to be, checking in, all the things.
So Cambria, the mock crash is
Yes.
a big deal. My friend Lindsay Bell directs that at Bradley with a lot of great people. It's been awarded. It's become a big deal. We're getting ready for that. Talk about the impact of the mock crash at Bradley.
So I'm actually in the mock crash this year. I am. I play Brittany Zachman's mom, and unfortunately, she is the driver that ends up killing some of the students. So it's really important because I never had anything like this in school, and I feel like if I had, or if the students around me had, it would have made a really big impact. Because they don't see just, like a commercial. They see like the kids they go to school with actually getting hurt and the consequences of it.
All right. Well, listen, congratulations to all of you for being selected by your students to be here. That's the highest honor I could. My mom was a teacher for over 30 years, and so I understand teachers and families and that sort of thing. That's a big deal. So thank you for being here very, very much. All right.
Thank you.
You are listening and watching Mix 1041, MixTV.tv, Save Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime. If you're listening on the radio, we're going to have a lot more to come here. We're going to be back this afternoon at 3 o'clock with more of this. So We're joining with the 24/7 movement at ATS The Bridge. All right, Bridget, let's get a check of our Simmons Bank celebration list. What's up?
Happy birthday to our friend Keith Romager today. Also, Arlette Robinson is celebrating today as well. She is the Career and Technical Director for Bradley County Schools. Aaron Pennick is celebrating today. That is from the cast of Footloose at Bradley Central. And then Robin McChesney is celebrating today. That is from her family. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritapest Mix line 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list.
Another local business who wants all the students to be safe on prom night, Wholesale Supply Group. Jeff Rogers, Josh, the entire team at Wholesale Supply Group.
If it's time to update your home, make Wholesale Supply your first stop.
Hi, my name is Everest, and I'm from Walker Valley High School. Vaping nicotine has become a serious issue in our schools. Over 40% of high school students have reported that they have used a vape, and the number is only rising. It's time to escape the vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
Your time matters, and at Direct Primary Care Associates, we know that. Listen to Shauna as she explains how we've helped her.
Being a working mom, owning my own business and having children, direct primary care is so much more convenient for me because I can just pick up my phone, shoot a message to my doctor, tell him what's going on, and he can give me an answer right then. If I need to go in, I know it's going to be a quick visit. I go in and then I'm out. I don't have time to drive to the doctor, sit for an hour in a waiting room, and then sit for even longer waiting on the doctor to come in while my child is destroying the office. So my time, I feel like, is worth as much as the doctor's time. And with direct primary care, I'm treated that way.
If you'd like to learn more about Direct Primary Care Associates, visit our website at directpca.com or call 423-650-4831.
What we like to think what makes Andrew Johnson make different is the way we work with our community and our customers. We also have a great staff with a lot of experience that we feel like can help you whatever your need is for banking. I love the community of it. Like I said, I was born and raised here. I've seen it grow, and I love our growth pattern. It's just a great place to live with friendly people that just make you feel at home.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
Welcome back, everybody, and welcome in. Actually, we got our buddy. All right, we're going to just keep moving here. It is Safe Tonight. Memories for a Lifetime on this Wednesday morning. Second year we've done this. We're going to come back again this afternoon with all of this. Now we are joined by our local high school principals and school directors. We are joined by, I want to just begin here with Walker Valley Principal, Dr. Candace Belt. Dr. Belt, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Steve. How are you today?
I'm doing good, and I want to talk about as far as prom and what do you believe makes it memorable for the students?
It's such a special night. Everyone gets dressed up. Everybody's there with their friends, having a great time together. It's one of those core high school memories that students have and will take with them far beyond their high school career. So it really kind of kicks off our countdown to graduation season for our seniors. So it's just a very special event.
So, we're here talking about prom night safety, and that is the key with our friends of the 24/7 movement, ATS The Bridge. So, what advice do you give students who may feel uncomfortable in a situation but don't know how to get out of it safely? What do you tell them this morning?
Well, they have trusted adults they can go to anytime, and they can have friends that help them make good choices. I listened to our students from our local high schools on the way in, and they gave such sound advice and talked about, the choices in their friend group. And we talk every day at Walker Valley about your choices matter. And I know we're focused on, safe driving and drug prevention and awareness, but every choice you make really does make a difference and an impact on your future and on the lives of other people. So keeping that message at the forefront, I think, is key.
Patrick Spangler is the principal of Bradley Central High School. Good morning.
Good morning.
Same question. Prom is just such I think even one of the students said, such a capstone event in a child's life, and it's a big deal at Bradley, I know.
It is, and one of the things that I kind of like about prom is that graduation is right around the corner. So, no, it is.
And hey, you may graduate eventually.
That's right.
It may happen.
That's right.
Made a career out of being a high school
yes,
student.
That's right. But it is. Just like Dr. Belt said, it's a night where kids get dressed up. They're with their friends. I don't know. Some of the vehicles they come in when they go to prom is, I'm like, wow, but it is, and I think it's just a fun atmosphere. It's a good culture thing because the kids love to be there, and I want to say that just the partnership with 24/7 and ATS The Bridge, and I know you're going to get to that point where you say, "What's my message?" Well, I think the message is pretty communicated from day one or from year to year because of partnerships that we have with these guys, and so it's kind of like embedded to what we do on a daily basis, as well as our students. I mean, listening to the students come in this morning, wow, we have special students, not only at Bradley but across the district. And in Cleveland City, and then also teachers. So I think it's a combined effort. Students, teachers, administrators, and community members that hopefully spread this message on a daily basis.
Bob Pritchard's the principal of Cleveland High School. Bob, really the same question here, buddy.
Yeah, pretty much the same. So when I went to prom, I actually married my first prom date. And I drove the big Cadillac, 1985, Papa's Cadillac. I greased that thing up.
You married your prom
solid
date?
black. I did, man.
She's
still with me. She knows.
Still with you.
She's still with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think she might have experienced some dementia or something. I don't know why she's still with me. I'm just telling you.
Oh, good Lord.
No, I think it is such a milestone. It is such a capstone event for so many kids, and really and truly, I think the message needs to be, a lot of people just think it won't happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like even driving, like pick up your cell phone. And I think it's good to turn the notifications off. When you hit, I heard one of the kids talking about this morning, it's so easy to get vapes and dab pens and those kind of things. And it's become it's become a huge epidemic around here, almost a pandemic really. And so it's so easily and readily available to every kid, to every person. And I hate that. And so I think just reminding kids, like, don't touch it. Just stay away from it. And I like that you said that you have a way out for kids. Like they all have a way out. Mm-hmm. There's always going to be temptation, but there's always a way out. And so look for that way out. And so I appreciate the partnerships that Patrick was talking about, and appreciate you guys the way y'all pour into the schools, the high schools and the middle schools. Like it's just. A couple of times I've even cried at a few of them. Of course, I'm a crybaby sometimes, but it's just a really good partnership, and I appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you so much. We want to say hello to the directors of schools who are joining us, our systems this morning. Dr. Linda Cash, Dr. Jeff Elliott, Dr. Cash. Just talk about this overall, but let's get past just prom night, because this is a message you believed in from the very beginning.
It is, but the one thing that I would like to say is parents matter. So what I used to hope with my boys is that I said it enough and talked to them enough that it wasn't just on prom night. It was, we used to always saying, know who you are, where you're going, and you got to come back home to me, and I'm going to be waiting for you. And so I think they need to know that we love them, that we care about them. We have to be there out. And it just means build those relationships for a long time and talk about not just safety in drugs, but safety in all the other actions, as everybody's mentioned. It's a lifelong lesson. You can have fun and not be intoxicated and not smoke and not do the dangerous things and still have fun. And I think because of our community partners, that we have a large group of students who are carrying the message. And that's what I always said. Parents are first, but your peers are the ones that you're hanging out with. So tell them. And if you see one of your friends doing something, pull them back. Hey, we don't have to do that. We've got other things to do. I love the billboards that are depicting what our kids say. This is my high, whether it's basketball or soccer or chess or sewing, whatever it is. There's some safe things out there. It's lifelong. It's not just prom night, but we do want them to be safe because they're not thinking clearly because they're so excited about the night. So I just believe parents are our first defense.
Dr. Jeff Elliott's the director of Cleveland City Schools. Doc, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with it. Parents are so huge, and having that plan and having that communicated with families throughout and preparing for that special event is huge. But also, I'll just say the laying the groundwork and the messaging that 24/7 has helped us out with, and our schools do throughout the year and leading up to this is so important to continue to hear that message over and over again. And you help out, Steve, with this, allowing us to be here. And I would just say that that's so important to lay that groundwork so we can lead by example. And I'll shout out to our teachers and our principals for all the work that they do to prepare for prom and put that structure into place and to be a support and be available even during the evening. And so as students are making those plans, and which is so important to know what that plan is for that evening, it's important to realize you've got your parents you can contact if you need to during that night, but also we have staff members who are there, and look to them and reach out to them if you feel like you're in an uncomfortable position, and find there are always ways out, and seek your adults to help you with that.
A great reminder. Thank you all for what you do on a daily basis. We appreciate it, and I'll be with you tomorrow for the Bearettes' third straight championship rally. That's right. Hey, Patrick, while you're here, you guys mind if he says something about? I don't care. All right, so Patrick.
It's your radio. I'm sure they won't. I'm sure they won't mind. Okay.
No, if it was mine, you wouldn't be here. Okay, I guarantee you. I'm kidding around. Patrick, while you're here, we have a extra special situation. The Bradley Central High School Bearettes have won 3 championships in a row. And so there's a parade tomorrow. It's a different type of celebration this year.
It is. We kind of changed things up a little bit. We
have to change up your championship celebrations. I think that says there's some success in the program. I don't know.
That's right. No, we're just gonna parade the girls through campus and have the students. It'll start just off-site, but we're going to parade them through the campus, and then we'll have a little bit of kind of meet and greet, kind of community meet and greet session in our Fine Arts Center for community members and just parents and student athletes, and then we'll have our ceremony that will begin at 10:45. So we ask the community to come out, support our Bearettes, and it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Say, I want to go ahead now so I didn't have to have you back in here. So we just killed 2 birds,
That's
no
right.
kidding. But in the Fine Arts Center tomorrow, is that right?
In the Fine Arts Center tomorrow.
At
yes.
10:40?
At 10:45.
I need to be there. If I can be there by about 11, is that okay?
Well, we'll have some coffee about 9 o'clock, and then we'll get
that's
ready.
what I'm talking
I
about.
have one question.
Hang on. Go ahead.
I have one question. Why him? Why? Why do you want him involved?
Bridget, we'll talk later.
He's not going to be there till noon. You know this.
All right, Patrick. And we will have coverage, if you can't make it to Bradley tomorrow, on mixtv.tv. I thank the world of all these people. God bless you. Thank you for being here. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. What an important morning. Safe tonight, memories for a lifetime. We thank our friends at ATS The Bridge, at the 24/7 movement. We've got another hour to go. We've got coaches. We've got the Dillard family. We've got the FCA coming in all next hour. We're back this afternoon at 3 o'clock with more. So stand by, everybody. And I want to say a word about my friends at Lee University. We're going to be at Lee on Friday morning with a live broadcast. Lee Day is Friday and also Saturday. Danny Murray said it's too big for one day. We got to make it 2. So anyway, we're going to be at Lee in the all-new, if you've been in the centenary room over the years, hey, it's over. It's gone. My 30th birthday party was in the centenary room. Wow. Mrs. Hartline's 30th was in the centenary. It's gone. It's over. It's the Welcome Center now.
Nice.
That's right. So it's a brand new situation. We're going to broadcast live Friday morning from Lee University, and we're looking forward to it. But I know that Dr. Paul Kahn, president of Lee, Jeff Salyer, all my friends, Danny Murray, everybody at Lee would say to the high school students, many of them who have committed to come to Lee University, hey, they want you to be at Lee. They want you to arrive at Lee. They don't want anything to happen to you. So talking about this message this morning of prom night safety, Lee University, a big supporter of that.
Choosing the right college is tough.
Mix 104.1 and Honda of Cleveland are teaming up to give one deserving teacher in our local area the chance to win a 2025 Honda Civic LX. Nominate your favorite teacher at mymix1041.com or on the Mix 1041 app.
Okay, so that's how
Dad, I know how to do this. You taught me when I was 7.
Oh, what am I doing, matsplaining to you again?
Yes, but you're passionate about making mattresses. I can relate.
Aw, hashtag proud dad moment.
All our Mermaid brand mattresses are born local, made right here in beautiful East Tennessee.
And right now you can save an additional 10% off any premium Mermaid mattress. And that's only at Mermaid Mattress.
Your sleep locally, handmade, hand-delivered.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
My name is.
Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour today, a high of 82 and a low of 67 this evening. For tomorrow, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy by afternoon, a high of 86 and a low of 66. And then on Friday, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy later, near record high temperatures on Friday with a high of 87.
Is anybody listening over at the old, what do we call it now? What's that place that makes a tanning lotion? They used to send me boxes of it. Do they not listen over there anymore?
You've asked me this
Used to
before,
be Dr. Scholl's, and then it was something, Sharing Plow, and then it was something else. Formulated Solutions.
Formulated Solutions.
Hey, Formulated. What about it? What about some tanning lotion for your radio announcers? Well, me. I don't care about her.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Whatever.
Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 56 degrees. Taking a look at the Central Heat and Air radar, things are looking great out there. This weather forecast is brought to you by the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Ken Beard, Dr. Brian Beard, and Dr. Baylor Terrell. Call them at 423-476-6541 or visit them online at centerforcosmeticdentistry.com.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios. This is your home for the best mix, the best variety, and all the important information you need. Download the Mix 1041 app at mymix1041.com. The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making the top of your house the best it can be. Visit bestbuymetalroofing.com.
The best mix, the best variety. WCLE, Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Republicans win both special elections for House seats in Florida. Liberals maintain control of Wisconsin's Supreme Court.
All right, Wisconsin, we did it.
A lot of outside money was poured into that race. Elon Musk spent millions supporting Susan Crawford's conservative opponent, Brad Schimmel. New Jersey Democrat Cory Booker breaks a record, holding the Senate floor for more than 25 hours, attacking Musk and President Trump.
America, stop falling into tribal lanes and closing your eyes to things that should not be normalized.
He wanted to beat Strom Thurmond's record filibustering against the Civil Rights Act of 1957. President Trump this afternoon announces new tariffs on most products imported into the United States.
They will be effective immediately.
White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt says the tariffs will roll back unfair trade practices that are ripping off this country and American workers for decades. America's listening to Fox News.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. 10 minutes after 8. What a special morning if you're just joining us. It is, we're calling it, well, it's actually the 24/7 movement and the ATS The Bridge calling it Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime. We are focusing on prom night safety for students. It's a student-led focus on upcoming proms and graduations, and we are proud to do it. Second year we've done it. We partner with these organizations. Full disclosure, I'm on the board of directors of ATS The Bridge. For now, Zandra's trying to impeach me, as you know, but
yeah, and I'm supporting that.
I know you're fully supporting
yes.
it. All right, well, let's get serious for a moment here. Let's get to the news. We've got an interesting situation happening right now. The word put out by Habitat for Humanity of Cleveland that their director of construction, David Cowan, age 45, is missing. They are trying to locate him. Cowan last tracked traveling toward Sweetwater, described as 5'11", weighs about 215 pounds. He was driving a white 2018 Ford F-250 crew cab 4x4. If you have any information or see David Cowan, I believe his picture is floating out there. Probably Local 3 has it. You can call 911 or local law enforcement. Again, that is the word we're getting through our partners at Local 3 from Habitat for Humanity of Cleveland. Their construction director is missing this morning, 45-year-old David Cowan, and information being sought. Call 911 or local law enforcement, okay? Let's see here. WDEF reports this morning, and also we received a press release on this. Cleveland police searching for a suspect in a hit and run that injured an 8-year-old child. It happened this past Sunday on Berry Street Northeast. Witnesses say children were playing soccer in a yard and in the road when an unknown vehicle struck one of them and fled south towards 6th Street Northeast. Any information, contact Cleveland Police. And Dr. Ben Carson will speak at Bryan College on April 11th. 10 a.m. in the Rudd Auditorium. The renowned neurosurgeon, author, and former United States Secretary of Housing and Urban Development going to be speaking on perseverance, faith, and education. 12 minutes after 8. Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, 2334 Keith Street, Cleveland. Call 423-339-8777.
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland on-time traffic report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on Northley Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there, and as always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. This traffic report is brought to you by the Cleveland Family YMCA. Find your why at the Cleveland Family YMCA. Find out more at clevelandtnymca.org.
Rodney Murray and his entire staff at the YMCA also encourage safety on prom night and going forward. And another message from our friends at Tennessee Wesleyan University. I know Dr. Tyler Forrest, the president of TWU, our buddy Blake McCaslin, the entire campus, and all of their staff and students would say, hey, if they've got people in this area who've signed up to be at TWU, high school students. They want you to be there. They want you to be there alive. And so make the right decisions and that message from Tennessee Wesleyan University.
This half hour.
My name is Mark Roadtruck. My job has me on the road a lot. When I decided to get a new EV, it was a no-brainer that Don Ledford is where I was going to go. The selling experience was fantastic. When I made the decision to buy the EV, I had heard concerns of what's called range anxiety. You've got a certain range you can go, and you got to charge up. The Chevrolet app is fantastic, and it really put my range anxiety at ease. I recommend Don Ledford to everyone because they treat you like family.
Logan Thompson. Dude, does your ball talk?
Yeah, ever since the car accident.
Logan Thompson.
Thinks I should call Logan Thompson to get a better settlement. He won't shut up about it.
And you blew it.
I know.
We could have had it all. Logan Thompson.
Call Logan Thompson. we get results.
Call Logan Thompson.
You get a yearly checkup. Shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Are you looking for a little life-sized adventure? Then come ride with us at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum and experience train travel straight from the golden age of railroading. Track us down at tvrail.com or call 423-894-8028.
ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Paul Feinbaum Show, The Drive, and more of your favorite shows. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
What's your biggest investment? Probably your home. The roof over your head. If it's time to repair or replace your roof, the pros at Langley Roofing are here to help. See a loved roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
Hardy's original
director. What happened? Hey, Bridget, hand her that microphone.
Yes.
No, you sit there. Her foot still bothering her a little bit.
No, I said you told us earlier to parents you report these.
We need the
important
scores
sports
and all
things.
that. Yes.
I don't know the score and they won, but he thought he was a
Now, who's
Savannah.
he?
He would be Mackay. He's 6 years old, and he is my grandson. He thought he was a Savannah banana out there last night and hit his first home run, too.
There we go. All right. I don't know if I don't see any baseball coaches around here, but anyway. All right, Bridget, let's talk about our friends. I know Zaxby's also has the same message, and that is safety on prom night. Our longtime friends, Gary Avant, the entire team at Zaxby's.
Yeah, that's right. 3 great locations here in Cleveland. Grab a Zax Packs and get ready to dip, dunk, and devour 20 fingers or 30 boneless wings, crinkle fries, Texas toast, and a custom sauce bar. If you're feeding more than just your family, Zaxby's caters too. You can order on the app or visit Zaxby's.com.
Today's best mix and best variety, Mix 1041, streaming worldwide. We've got our brand new Mix 1041 app. If you have our app, go into it and just update it. If you don't have the app, go to mymix1041.com. Inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center, where Roger and Cindy Pickett, they are parents and now grandparents, and they've got a teacher there, and Lindsay, the Lindsay Line Mattress. She teaches at Walker Valley. Kristen Davis, of course, a volleyball star at Cleveland High School, and went on to Carson Newman over the years. So they know all about prom night, and they want all the children to be safe on prom night at Mermaid Mattress.
Thank you to all the families that have and continue to purchase all your mattress needs from locally owned Mermaid Mattress. Keeping your dollars local is important, and so is buying from a family, not a firm.
For today, we'll have cloudy skies this morning. We could see some sun later in the afternoon. It's going to be windy today. Winds sustained at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. A high of 82 and a low of 67 tonight.
So, Zandra, if you can take a vow of silence, since we're going to have such high winds, you don't need to add to it with your hot air, okay? So just kind of vow of silence would be very nice. Reggie agreed with that, by the way.
For tomorrow, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy by afternoon, a high of 86 and a low of 66. And then on Friday, cloudy early, partly cloudy later, near record high temperatures on Friday, a high of 87. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 56 degrees. Taking a look at the central heat and air radar, things are looking great out there.
Lauren Lindbergh said the same thing about Corey. He needs to just settle down, all this wind going around here. All right.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix, family-owned business serving Cleveland for over 40 years. Call them at 423-479-4541 or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
All right, we are joined by so many of our great coaches this morning, and this is so important. And Randy Bonner, of course, with the 24/7 movement, just told me that the students wanted them to come in and represent them in our studios this morning. All right, tell everybody who you are.
Will Campbell at Walker Valley High School.
Well, thank you for being here, buddy. And first of all, congratulations on the success of your your basketball team in this tournament.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we had a great season. It's a great group of guys. I'm fortunate to be able to coach those guys, and
We're
they
here
let
to
me hang out with them every now and again too.
You got it. We're here to talk though about specifically prom night and safety. What have you been sharing with your guys, your team, when it comes to driving impaired or distracted driving, or being in a car with someone who's impaired?
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot just about, I talk to my guys all the time just about making good choices and good decisions and how those decisions impact and affect you. Teenagers are really good at seeing just that moment in front of them, and they don't always understand the big picture or the ramifications of their decisions always. And so we try to talk about that a lot to them, and just making smart decisions, and also just in general taking care of your body. Like, you don't need to do drugs and alcohol and all those things to go out and have a good time. And it's more important as an athlete and just as a person, but to take care of your body and be healthy. And just like you said, there's a lot of them have friends, or they'll go to prom with people that I don't necessarily have, are not in my realm of influence, I guess. So we do have a lot of those conversations too. Like, hey, you're hanging around these people, like if they're doing stuff, like, and you're there, like, you're going to get yourself into the same situations that they're getting themselves into. So just who you're around makes a big difference too, not just what you're doing individually. So yeah, we have all those conversations, and I think it's important that they hear that from a lot of different places, and having kids of my own that have gone through prom, and I got grown kids now. Like I had all those conversations with them in our house, but to know that they're getting that from coaches and teachers and community is huge, I think.
Especially coaches serve such a big part of that. Thank you, Will, very much. All right, come on up here. Tell everybody. Yeah, you can move it around. Tell everybody who you are.
Lauren Lindbergh, Walker Valley softball coach.
Lauren, so great to see you. Thank you for being here. What are you hearing on campus from your softball players at Walker Valley about prom night specifically?
Sure. I think, I want to agree with Coach Campbell. I think the more that the students hear about it, the better it is. And they hear from so many different people, from, ATS The Bridge, 24/7 movement. Like, we're so blessed in this community to have partners that really take that challenge and run with it. We have safe driving things at school. Their teachers are talking to them. Their parents are talking to them. Their coaches are talking to them. We talk to our girls a lot about, choosing us. Like, every decision you make has a positive or a negative consequence. And it's really important that when you make those decisions, that you think about how it not just affects you, but it affects everybody around you. We talk about being a family, and families keep each other accountable. So when you make decisions, you've got to think about how that's going to affect your family and how that's going to affect your team and your parents. It's not just about you. We talk about that a lot, and it's about us, and it's about choosing us. And every decision you make is so important. And prom night especially, like making good choices, doing the right thing, and really just thinking about others. It's not just about you. So we talk a lot about that, and we talk a lot about, being leaders in our community and leaving it better than we found it. We had alumni night last night at the softball field, and that's just so humbling and so cool for me to see the impact that players that have played before them have made on our community. And I want that for our girls right now. I want them to leave a legacy, and the way they do that is to make good choices.
All right, Lauren, thank you so much. All right, come on up here. Tell us who you are.
I'm Janori Davis, and I coach baseball at Cleveland.
All right, Janori. Well, tell me, first of all, hey, what does it mean that students would ask you to, or make sure you're here this morning to represent them?
Oh, it means a lot, just because I spend a lot of my time around the students. So it means a lot that they would think to ask me. And I don't know, yeah.
What's your, Janori, as you think about prom and you think about this time of the year, graduation even coming up, what are you hearing from students, and what would you tell students this morning?
So, honestly, like I tell all my boys that I coach, like you spend majority of your time like trying to build your reputation and trying to like make a name for yourself, and it's so important that they realize that like all the time that you're spending, it's going to take one thing to just completely tear that up, and that goes for like the students, teachers as well, coaches, whatever. Like you spend so much of your time like trying to be the person that you you are, and it takes one bad mistake or one just like dumb decision or just going with the flow to completely mess it up and discredit everything that you've kind of worked hard for and want to be known as.
It's a tremendous, tremendous point, Janori. Thank you so much for being
You're
here,
welcome.
Coach. All right, I know who you are, Coach. Tell everybody else who you are.
Good morning. Reggie Tucker, head boys basketball coach at Cleveland High School. Good morning. Thanks for having
Reggie, so great to have you in. Coaches have such a mentorship, such an example to people, not just their players, but in the community at large. So what's your message this morning, Reggie?
our role is way bigger than basketball or any sport in our building. At the end of the day, man, we're role models, we're leaders, we're mentors, we're father figures. So I take that. I take that. I don't take it for granted. But upcoming, this week has been. We've had tough conversations with my guys, especially my juniors and seniors. So we've been meeting every day after school and talking about this upcoming prom. They're excited, as they should be. I mean, I remember, when we were in high school, we were excited, get ready for prom and, find the right tuxedo, find the right girl to take as well.
There we go.
As well, but choices matter, no doubt. It starts with that. That's the number one choice, who you take. But we've been talking about, avoiding risky behaviors, and talking about, making the right decisions. Like, Will said earlier, one bad decision, man, it can affect your life. We got kids who about to sign to go play college basketball, and we talked about those things. Like, one bad decision, man, can affect that, and we don't want that to happen. So I tell our guys, man, just continue to maintain your responsible and sportsmanlike conduct during this time.
Yeah, certainly. So thank you so much for being here, Coach.
Yes, sir.
All right, tell everybody who you are.
I'm Caden Ricketts. I'm a softball coach at Bradley.
All right, Caden. So, again, really the same question here. Just tell me about what's happening at Bradley to prepare and then what you're hearing from the students.
Oh, for sure. No, I think our kids are really excited for prom. One thing that I think is really awesome that we do is the mock crash that Ms. Bell does. And that's just for kids to see that and the impact that, like all these coaches have said, one mistake can change the lives of many. So the mock crash is something that I think is important for our kids to see. But our kids are excited, and we're preaching the importance of smart decisions and responsibility. And like Coach Lindbergh said, accountability, holding each other accountable, and just making the right decisions.
Coach, thanks for being here
Thank
very
you.
much. All right, hi, tell us who you are.
Brett Standifer, football coach at Bradley.
Brett, again, give me the message that you would have this morning and about prom, but also in general. I know students have a lot of pressures nowadays.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I'm glad I get to go last, so I kind of get to piggyback off of everybody. What I can speak for at Bradley, some of the things that we cover, I think it was said earlier, everyone in the community, everyone at the school, our kids are constantly hearing this, whether it's ATS The Bridge coming in and covering things with them. I know at football we go over different things with them. We do team discussions every Thursday after workouts with our kids, and our core value at Bradley football is trust, just one word. We try to tell the kids that that's going to apply to them even more as they get older. You want to surround yourself with people that you trust, and we have to be able to trust you. Off of that, we don't really have team rules. We have team expectations, and Coach Floyd will probably tell you guys this later, so I'm going to steal it from him, but our expectations are yes, sir, no, sir, do the right thing. So when we're coming up on prom season, do the right thing looks a lot of different ways, right? If you have that feeling in your gut that something's not right, you probably don't do it. I think that's just one thing that we harp on constantly, and our kids hear it all year long. We try to tell them doing the right thing. You want to keep yourself out of a situation where you could get into any kind of trouble or harm yourself or someone else. But we always do say with this, driving and riding with someone that's impaired, there's no reset button. When it happens, it's over. There's not a second chance, and we just try to preach that. So our kids hear that constantly. We have to trust each other. We have to do the right thing.
I sit here and I wonder how many communities are getting a message like we have for the last 90 minutes, absolutely from men and women who are admired and looked up to by students. We are a blessed people. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. All right, so we're going to move on, and we've got so what is it all about? I can give you two families who will tell you what it's all about. The Dillards will be here next. Their lives forever changed. And my friends, Kim and Danny Ledford, I have known them since all that happened with Dustin. Their son was killed by a drunk driver. It's going to get, this is what it's. This is where, as I say, the rubber meets the road. In our next interview, and it's what we hear. All these people you've heard from this morning since 7 a.m. What we are here about is about to come in that door. Okay, so stick in here with us. Mix 1041, mixtv.tv. It's a special broadcast. Save tonight, memories for a lifetime, and we will come back in just a moment. Stand by, everybody.
You're watching Mix Mornings on mixtv.tv, presented by Bradley Medical Center. We'll be right back.
Sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. Wake up, sleepyhead, get up and play. Everything's yellow, it's a beautiful sight. Sunbeam showers makes everything bright. Come on now, let's get away.
Make every day brighter with the sunny southern goodness of Mayfield Dairy.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Thank you, Cleveland and Bradley County, for supporting Vendor Realty for the last 55 years. More than ever, we are ready and prepared to help our community be home. The real estate market is changing and evolving, and the Vendor Realty family is ready to help navigate today's market by providing professional, knowledgeable, and resourceful advisors to help your dream of calling someplace home. For all things real estate, be home with Vendor Realty, 425 25th Street, 423-472-2173, vendor-realty.com.
At summer camp, kids find their why. Friendship and fun, a world of adventure beneath a golden sun. When kids find new passions, they find their why. Summer camp season starts soon. Find your why for a better us.
It's Ram Truck Month at Crown CDJR Cleveland. Shop over 200 new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams. Up to $11,000 off MSRP. Or get financing as low as 1.9% for up to 72 months. Crown CDJR, the better way to buy and service.
Magnolia Dental Center of Cleveland wants to welcome you to the Magnolia family, a local dental clinic that uses their God-given knowledge and skills to bless our community through dentistry, checkups and cleanings, fillings and crowns, dentures and partials, emergency dental care, and so much more. Conveniently located at 2190 Chambliss Avenue. Call them at 476-3307 to set up an appointment today for you and your loved ones, ages 12 and up. Free exam and x-ray through March 31st.
I'm Brew McCoy, your favorite Tennessee wide receiver. In the world of football, precision is everything. Every pass, every catch. But what about when it comes to protecting your home? Best Buy Metals can manufacture a custom-fitted roof that will protect your home for a lifetime. Best of all, it can be manufactured the same or next day. Call or visit a Best Buy Metal showroom or drop by bestbuymetalroofing.com to get a quote today. Best Buy Metals, roofing that lasts.
Where more of your dollars will stay local.
All right, for today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 83 and a low of 67. It's going to be windy today. Winds sustained at 15 to 25 miles per hour and it could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour today. Partly to mostly cloudy skies tomorrow, a high of 85 and a low of 66. And then on Friday, partly cloudy as well, near record high temperatures Friday with a high of 88. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 57 degrees. Taking a look at the central heat and air radar, things are looking great out there.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Life Care Center of Cleveland, celebrating more than 45 years of serving the needs of this aging community. Life Care Center of Cleveland.
It's the CHI Memorial Sports Desk. CHI Memorial, hello human kindness. Braves, Bridget, are 0-6.
I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, come on. Dodgers over the Braves last night at Chavez Arena, Los Angeles, 3-1. Dodgers are 7-0, the defending champions. Braves will do it again in Los Angeles. They can't get out of California quick enough. But they're going to play one more 8:30 tonight in L.A. We'll have it double coverage. This is a new program we're doing this year with the Braves. So, of course, the night games on Mix 104.1 as usual. But what we're doing on ESPN Cleveland 101.3, if you're a big Braves fan, you want to hear pregame, you want to hear the game, you want to hear postgame, it's all right there. Driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. UTC, the Mocs, advanced to their first ever NIT championship game. They beat Loyola of Chicago last night in the NIT semifinals 80-73. Denver Nuggets Nikola Jokic scored 60 in double overtime, a loss to Minnesota, but he becomes the third player in NBA history to score 60 with a triple-double. He's unbelievable. Got some local scores from last night. Here's what we know. In baseball, McMinn County beat Cleveland High School 11-2. In boys soccer, Walker Valley over Cleveland 2-1. And Walker Valley will play Bradley in boys soccer tomorrow night. Lake Forest varsity baseball defeated Cleveland Middle last night by a final of 6-1. All right, good morning. It is 8:36, and I told you a minute ago that really this entire morning, of course, if you're just joining us, our broadcast is very special this morning. Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime. It's a combination of the 24/7 movement and ATS The Bridge, specifically talking about prom night and this time of the year and keeping our students safe, but also life decisions. And I told you earlier that these three people who are here, very sadly and regrettably, have lived what we're here about today, and I'm joined by my friends. I'm going to begin with Kim Ledford. Kim, I want you just to begin with, we've got a lot of new people in Cleveland, as you well know. So when your son Dustin was tragically killed, talk about the circumstances, and how long has it been?
This July it'll be 15 years. But Dustin was on his way home from a friend's house on APD 40, and a young mother that lived over by our Justice Center got on APD 40 going the wrong way. And I think it's about 4.5 miles, but she hit him head on and killed him instantly.
So, this morning we're talking about specifically students making good choices, but I think, isn't that the message as we now pass the 8:30 half hour, and we've got most students are in school right now, so we've got a lot of parents listening, a lot of adults listening. Isn't that the message really for everyone?
It is. I speak at victim impact panels, and parents come with some of the judges have started sentencing them to these victim impact panels if they're speeding, just making bad choices. And parents have to come with them. And I think it begins at home. We have to teach our children that choices matter, and they also, their choices don't always have good consequences. They have bad consequences, and they affect other people than just themselves.
I want to talk about your scholarship program. How long have you and Danny been doing that part of it?
We've been doing it about 13 years. Yeah. We've given away over $160,000. I say every time that this community has just been so gracious to us. And the kids that have written the essays, they have to write an essay on the dangers of drinking and driving, and if they've ever been impacted by a drunk driver. And some of the stories that they write, and just how they have, how Danny and I have fallen in love with several of them. I said that we would never have grandchildren because of someone else's choice, but several of those kids have come to me and said, yes, you will have grandchildren.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Kim, so great to see you. Anything you want to add here before we go?
Well, I would just like for people to think about something. I told Buck Campbell when Dustin was killed that we, Tiffany was sentenced to a 10-year sentence. We've been sentenced to a life sentence. And I would just like people to think about that, think about how that feels.
These are people who've turned pain and the worst pain you could ever imagine into something good, really. Matt and Terry Dillard join us, 24/7 Movement. Terry, I want to begin with you and just the message this morning and by just anything that's on your heart to say, really.
Mostly just to encourage parents to talk to their kids, for parents to set an example for their kids. We're specifically, we're talking about drinking and driving, but also distracted driving in general, texting and driving. And yesterday, I met a couple of cars. I was on my way home, and it was through the construction zone, and I try to go the construction speed. But I noticed a couple cars, hit those rumble strips, and I thought, boy, y'all are glad they got those rumble strips on the side. But it made me a little nervous because I'm like, when you do that, a lot of times you overcorrect, and when something like this happens, nobody thinks about, like, I don't ever get in the car anymore without thinking, is somebody going to come over? And I worry about the boys being in the back. Are they going to have to go through this again? So it's not a one and done. It's forever now, and fortunately, I don't think that they've had any, flashbacks and stuff when we've been in the vehicle. We did worry about that at the beginning, if they would even want to get in a car again. But it's mostly, it's like Kim said, we got to talk to our kids. We've got to let them know your choices don't only affect you. And it's just my prayer that we can get that message out. I know there's still work to do, because if you do drive down the road, you still see the beer cans laying on the side of the road. So there's still people that we need to reach and that needs to know the importance of that. So many just still think it won't happen to them. But it can.
That's been a message this morning, and I liked what Lauren Lindbergh said, Walker Valley softball coach, a few minutes ago, when she said, you know what, it's not just about you, it's about all those people around you. That's right. Matt, one decision affects so many people.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, it just didn't affect our family. You got to think about, the driver. That family's destroyed for life also. But what's been very encouraging, you started out with the students and listen to them and the buy-in, or I shouldn't say buy-in, but the getting behind what we're doing. That's very encouraging. And you think about Dustin and Brittany, they were very intentional about, reaching out and being there for others. Brittany especially, there's so many stories about her in school and, her taking the time, but also stressing the importance, even before all this, choices and, choices for life. The last couple of weeks have been very, very difficult. We're in the process, we've got a trailer for the car. And Friday we put the car in the trailer. We're going to start taking it around to the schools. And it's brought back so many memories. And when you see that car, and just the importance of understanding our choice not to ever get behind the wheel, it's just so important to understand that. And it goes back to what Terry is talking about, the texting. And I mean, how many times do you see people anymore, and here's the thing, you got to understand the importance. A lot of times we as parents are texting or what, and you got your family with you. What kind of message are you sending to them at that point? And, so it's, there's nothing no more important than our family, right? And we need to just stop and think about, as parents, here's the thing about, you go, We want to be our children's best friend. We need to be their parent. That's very important, that we be their parent. And what comes along with that? That's making tough choices of when to give direction and when to say no. It's okay to say no. And we just need to understand that. The hardest thing we got 3 precious boys that are going to go through with not having mom and dad because of one man's choice to get behind the wheel impaired.
You, the 3 of you, have, as I said earlier, have turned tragedy and loss, unspeakable tragedy, into movements. Both of you. So I want to talk, Terry and Matt, about the 24/7 movement. Obviously, Randy, why don't you come on up here too? And I tell you what, let's talk, Matt. I want to start with you. Let's talk about how it began, in case folks don't know. I know we all know the tragedy, but then take me how this part of it started.
Yeah. Well, it was probably 2 to 3 weeks after the wreck. But now it was a couple of months later when Tanner brought it to our attention that God had laid it on his heart to start a foundation for Brittany and Dustin's legacy to live on. And that's where it started. And we went from there. Randy at the time was working for us part-time, and we'd get together on Mondays to kind of discuss our week. And we'd gotten all the boys home from the hospital, and we're just sitting there thinking about why Randy hadn't gotten a job. Okay, I mean, seriously, he had applied for several jobs. He was overqualified for most of them. But we're just sitting there one morning, and it hit to Tanner. Randy would be the perfect one to lead, to be the director of the 20, and it's something we discussed with him, and through much prayer on both parties. You take your time, and that's what happened. And Randy, it was about 3 weeks later, he said, "Hey, I'm in." And the thing about it is that you got to think this thing's just a little over 2 years old, and I get asked all the time, how has it gotten so much momentum? How has it grown so quick? There's one word. That's God. Amen. God is all in it. This just happened Sunday. We're at our pickleball tournament. Slice and ice was ice and slice. I think it's slice and ice. Okay. All right. Anyway. Come on, man. All right. Well, they were there. And they their pizza boxes, they put scripture on their pizza boxes. And we went out, come in, Isaiah 43:2 was on the side of the box. I went back out and I asked the lady, I said, "This scripture that you wrote on the side of the box," she said, "God laid that on my heart this morning." And that's the scripture for the 24/7. That's not a coincidence. That's just God. And, everything that's happened, He's opened up so many doors. It's tragic what we're walking through, but look at what God's doing, and look at the lives that have been changed through this and here's the thing, Dustin and Brittany, I know they'll be so proud, or they are proud of what's happening here. Their legacy lives on, and the biggest thing is for their boys.
Terry, anything you'd like to talk about that same idea?
Funny little side note about the pizza box.
Yes.
Is that he was sitting there and he went, "Oh, look, there's a scripture. They put scripture on the side of their box." And I looked at it and I went, isn't that our scripture?
Terry picked it out immediately.
He just noticed the scripture. I was
He's
like,
looking for the
"Isn't that
pizzas. Really
ours?"
what it was.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
You know, they won our favorite pizza contest in here, actually. Slice and
Yes,
Ice.
like that. It was amazing.
Yeah,
That was the
it's
first
good
time I had
stuff.
got to try it,
Good
but
stuff.
it was so good. And you know, and with Randy, you know, he's been a family friend for years and years. But he and Dustin, just those last few years, just got like super close. And they golfed together, and they, you know, so he was a perfect fit.
Absolutely.
You know, and he has done amazing. We appreciate him so much. But yeah, it has just, things fell into place that a lot faster than anybody ever expected. You know, just getting our 501c3 status so quickly, and and just the support that we've had since it started.
Amazing. Randy, your reaction on it?
Well, it's a privilege to do what I do, and I love it. Every day, every moment. I feel so overwhelmed at times and so underqualified, but I love what I'm doing. I've known the Ledford family, the Dillard family for many years, and you will not find two finer families with strength of character, a love for the Lord, and wanting to make a difference in other people's lives as these two families. And it's been a blessing to walk alongside, especially the Dillard family, through this whole process. I knew Dustin and Brittany before they got married. And Dustin was the kind of guy that was jovial. He would light up a room, and the way that I would test out my jokes, if Dustin would laugh, I knew I had a winner. Okay, and there's sometimes that he didn't laugh. So, but he was great, and it's the 24/7 with the 2 and the 4 and the 7. They represent something significant. 24 hours, 7 days a week. Brittany and Dustin did a lot to make sure that their boys were always secure, that they were safe. They were in the right car seat. They were buckled up. They were watching those boys. It just wasn't get in the car. We have to be someplace quick, and leave it up to them to make sure they're good. They actually stopped and looked and checked, and so 2, 4, and 7. They're with us today. I think God's hand was on those boys, but I think that Brittany and Dustin, the choices they made that afternoon, that Christmas day, to get in the car to make sure their boys were in their seats, were properly fastened. The 2, 4, and 7 are the ages of those boys at the time of the crash. And I attribute a lot of that to the Lord, to Dustin and Brittany, what they did to make sure their boys were safe. And I encourage all parents to do the same thing.
Thank you all very, very much, and God continue to bless you and this what we're doing here. All right, coming up, the FCA is going to close us out with Matt Moore. He's brought FCA coaches with him this morning, and we've got some that have come quite some ways to be here. So we're going to talk with them to close out this morning. Don't forget, if you missed anything this morning, you can go back on mixtv.tv. We've been going a couple of hours now. We're going to come back this afternoon at 3 o'clock with this very special broadcast, Save Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime, with ATS The Bridge and the 24/7 movement. We're back with the FCA in just a moment. Solution.
You're watching Mix Mornings on mixtv.tv, presented by Bradley Medical Center. We'll be right back.
Spring has sprung, and that means the Mix 1041 Spring Home Refresh is back. Each week, we're cracking open the Mix 1041 prize vault, and we'll give away amazing prizes to help with your home refresh. We'll also be giving away a Spring Home Refresh grand prize pack worth thousands of dollars. The Spring Home Refresh is presented by Cleveland Insurance. ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Paul Feinbaum Show, The Drive, and more of your favorite shows. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
What's your biggest investment? Probably your home. The roof over your head. If it's time to repair or replace your roof, the pros at Langley Roofing are here to help. See a loved roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
Hardee's Original Bag packs 2 full-size favorites plus fries and a drink for just $6.99. No junior burgers or tiny nuggies, just full-size goodness for big-time value. The $6.99 Original Bag, only at Hardee's.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Did you know that 6,100 students under the age of 18 vape for their very first time every day? It's time to make a change. Escape the vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
I love the Cleveland community because I think it's a very warm place to live. It's just a very friendly community, and you don't necessarily have to be born here to fit in. There's a lot of folks that move here and they fall in love with it. I feel like we make our customers feel valued by the way we treat them. We're very welcoming here. We get to know them. We learn their names. We learn their goals, and we try to meet all their financial needs, not just do one transaction with them.
Mix 104.1 and Honda of Cleveland are teaming up to give one deserving teacher in our local area the chance to win a 2025 Honda Civic LX. Nominate your favorite teacher at mymix1041.com or on the Mix 1041 app.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature in Cleveland is brought to you by Milligan Vane.
Download the Mix 1041 app at mymix1041.com. The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making the top of your house the best it can be. Visit bestbuymetalroofing.com.
The best mix, the best variety. WCLE, Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens.
Welcome back. It's our final segment of what has been an incredible morning, and we're getting so many messages here, by the way, about this morning since 7 a.m. Again, a reminder, if you're listening on the radio, you can go back and watch interviews, mixtv.tv. And now, the Matt Moore would say the best for last. Is that what you told me? That's what you wrote right
I'm not
here.
the best, but we've got other people that are the best,
okay.
for sure.
Matt, of course, our director in this area of the Ocoee region of the FCA. And Matt, just first of all, the theme this morning, the second year we've done it, Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime.
Yeah, no, I love that we're doing this. I love that we get to have this partnership. You get to see this. I heard you say earlier, where else is this happening across the state, across the country, where school systems that are rivals, people that are that maybe sit in other circles that do different things, competing for the same monies, all this stuff, are saying all that doesn't matter. The things that matters the most are these kids and how we pour into them. A lot of people say it's all about the kids, but until you start talking about it, until you start like getting in the trenches with them, until you start caring about them, that's where it matters. And so you're seeing that from here. And I love we got our football coaches from the area today, not just from Bradley County, from Polk and Megson, McMinn. And what I love about every one of these guys is they didn't get into coaching just to get wins and losses or whatever else, or the NIL money or all the other things of the portal and all the stuff we hear about today. And that's why a lot of parents sometimes too, they put all their thoughts up about this coach just wants this or that. These guys want the best for these young men, not just on the field, but they care about them beyond that. They care about because I hear stories from people like this coach made a difference in my life. And these are 30, 40-year-old guys. These guys still talk to these young men. They care about them. They want to make sure that they've got another rung of support behind them, because you obviously want parents, but a lot of these guys, a lot of our students don't have mom and dad in the house. Some of them are living with grandma, grandpa. Some of them are living with mom or dad. And these coaches are some of the front lines for them to say, hey, this is what family looks like because of this. So them being here today is a huge, huge thing.
Certainly is. I want to begin with Coach Floyd, and you had an assistant on here earlier, Coach Stanfield, who made an excellent statement. He talked about the theme of your team is trust, and I think that is so appropriate for a morning like this.
Yeah, actually, when I was driving in, I heard Brett talking, who's our quarterback coach, and so he said everything I was going to say. So if you heard him this morning, I'll just repeat it. No, but that's our core value. We talk about every January we have team meetings, and then every Thursday in the spring we actually cut our workouts short and have team talk. So one of the first thing we talk about is trust. It's hard for me to hold a kid accountable if he can't trust me. It's hard for you to trust your team or go out and play on Friday night if you can't trust each other. It's the same thing later in life when you got a husband, a wife, or you're an employee, you got to trust each other. So we spend a lot of time talking about what it means to trust somebody and how you get trust. Obviously, you got to earn it. You can't give it. So we feel like we earn it on a day-to-day basis when you show up in the weight room and you don't feel like working out, but you got to depend on somebody else, and you earn that trust that way. So same thing when we're talking about different parts of life. So it's not just about football. When we talk team talk, we have a list of different things that we go through, and the biggest thing is we talk about is being a good teammate. And one of the things of being a good teammate is getting yourself or your teammate out of a certain situation, which obviously with prom coming up, it's a big event. It hits close to home because my daughter's going to prom this year. Wow. So we talk about every decision you make is going to have a consequence, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a negative. You can't hit the reset button, So once it's done, it's done. But yeah, we spend a lot of time talking about it, and trust is if you ask any Bradley football player on our team, I would hope they would respond. If you could sum up Bradley football in one word, what would it mean or what would it be? And I think most of them would answer trust.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Coach Bo Cagle is here. Came down from Athens this morning. Coach Cagle, McMinn County High School. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, buddy. And so this whole message this morning, first of all, what are you hearing from students, from your players, but just the student population in general in McMinn County about prom coming up, and what's the message up there about the what we're talking about this morning? That is safety on prom night.
Absolutely. Prom is a great time, and a lot of it with seniors being their last time to go out. And I used to go a lot. I don't go much anymore because of my kids, but in the beginning, you get to see all these kids dressed up, and they look different. So it's a lot of fun for them to go to prom. But we always talk about these small decisions that you make throughout your life could impact you from here on out. So, we talk about just being smart. You want to have fun, right? You want the kids to have fun. They are kids, but we're at a point now where you make one bad decision, it could impact everything else and a bunch of people all around you. So you don't know when your decision affects all kinds of people. So we talk about those things, and our kids are pretty aware of that, but there have been, and everybody knows here that there's bad things that happen on prom night, and they have to be aware in their minds to make sure that we make good decisions.
You're very active. You've been very open about your the FCA and what the Ocoee FCA means to you. Talk about how the FCA plays into all this.
Absolutely. I think that having a strong relationship with our Creator and then following that will keep you out of some bad decisions. If you stay in the Word and you read and you're following your life through the lens or the vision of what Jesus Christ put out there in front of us, then we'll make better decisions as we go out throughout the day, because we're going to have all kinds of opportunities to make bad ones. And if that can cause someone to make a good decision, or you can be a good influence on someone else, we always want to promote that.
Certainly so. Thanks for coming down this morning, Coach. Really appreciate it. Coach Montez Barber joins us. Cleveland Middle School, is that right?
Yeah, man, I was the bottom of the fishbowl. They took me out. I don't know
that's
how.
why Bridget's here, so I didn't know.
I was on my way to Keith Street with a sign that says, "I will dance for eggs." In honor of 25% tariffs, so anybody want to join me?
Well, I would say that was Sandra about 30 years ago.
Yeah, so they rerouted me here, So
well,
very honored to be here.
The same question, and that is, tell us about what you're hearing from your students and those that you're around about a time like this.
Yeah, like all these men have said, it's a tremendous time in your life. We all remember our prom night. Coach Cagle, when he went to prom, it was 3 feet apart, and that wasn't social distancing. That was just you couldn't dance 3 feet apart.
Thought, my God, you go.
I love these guys. Yeah, well, and no, I love these guys. And one thing, one thing that they talked about, and Coach Floyd alluded to it, you talk about trust. There's 3 things that I think you need to live by as far as surrounding yourself with like-minded people during this season: trust, truth, and no empty promises. Surround yourself with people that you're going to have a great time with, but keep you safe. 10 to 20 seconds could get you 10 to 20 years. We don't want to make a negative decision. We don't want to put any substances in our body that could get you in trouble with, law enforcement, potentially ruin your life and your career. And we all make mistakes. But during this special time, create positive memories. Like I said, we all remember our prom night. We all remember the things that we've done in high school, and it's crazy. It's a 4-year blur. But, I think prom is a culmination, just like graduation. It's a culmination of everything that you've done with your brothers, whether it's football players you've played with or relationships, etc. It's such a special time, and I think it should be positively celebrated. If you ever find yourself in a predicament, find someone that you trust, find someone that's going to tell you the truth, and find someone that's not going to make you an empty promise, is not going to be a man or woman of their word. So that would be my kind of public service announcement to all the young people in our community during this momentous time of your life.
That's wonderful. Is that Derek Davis? Lord have mercy. Derek, you've been running from me for years. Polk County, where have you been? I mean, I hadn't talked to you in years.
Tried to stay hid if I could.
My buddy, Derek Davis, Polk County head football coach. Derek, great to see you, man. It's been a long time.
I was wondering if I could yield my time to Coach Akins. I think he needs a little bit more time.
You and Floyd are on the same track. Derek, so great to see you. Just the same message this morning. And tell me what's happening over in Polk County about this.
Well, not a lot. I was sitting here listening to Coach Floyd talk about. I've had 2 daughters go to the prom, so I've been through the process, and they're gone now. And I must have lived a sheltered life. I think I was home by 12 o'clock, back. I'm the oldest one here, so it's been a long time. But, the same things, these guys, the one decision can, impact you the rest of your life. And I know that I teach driver's ed, and Coach Floyd still, I think, teaches driver's ed. And one of the things we talk to our kids about, and they get in trouble, just the speed. When you're out, obviously other decisions, but the speed. A lot of these kids, I don't think they realize how fast they are driving, and that can lead to, a lot of problems, accidents, and things. But the people who are driving, they need to slow down, take time, and there's a lot of crazy drivers out there too. You got to kind of watch out for, but it is an exciting time, and just try to stress to them, want you to have fun, but make smart decisions.
Derek Davis joins us. I know that the FCA has meant a lot to you also. Talk about the FCA and what it means to you personally, but also over at Polk County High School.
Well, Stephanie Green does a great job over at Polk, and we have some former players come in on Thursday for our devotional, and that's something that we've changed some things over the years how we do things, but that's been a consistent thing that we do. Players look forward to it. It's a change up from them listening to me, and so every Thursday, that's kind of what we do, and it's something that's been very good for us and our players.
All right, Derek, great to see you, Coach. And Coach Drew Akins, boy, you've really taken some abuse here. What are they trying to tell you here? I don't know.
It's become the norm. I just roll with it nowadays.
Hey, Drew Akins.
I'll tell you this, Damon's hit his quota for the words of the day. Derek Davis hit his quota for the words of the day. Nobody talked to them the rest of today. They're not going to say anything to you. They're not mad. They just hit their number. They can't go past it.
That's very funny. All right. Well, your principal's been here. The director of schools was here earlier this morning talking about Walker Valley High School. And what's the message on the campus there as we get ready?
Yeah, I think this is something that all of us, if we were to be truthful, it's one of our biggest fears, is getting the phone call that we're talking about right now. The phone call that, hey, man, your kid was in an accident and we're not sure what's going to happen. And that's terrifying. It's the biggest fear that I have. We want our kids to go be successful. We want our kids to go have fun and do great things. But there's always this worry in the back of our mind. When you get a phone call at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night from a player or a player's parent, you always are worried picking it up. And what could this be? And you don't know. You don't know what's on the other end of that phone. And I think our thing, similar to all these guys have said, first of all, what a great group of men that care about kids, that love kids, that and as I was listening to them talk and I see everybody standing in the room, what a special community that's willing to have this many people come pour in the lives of kids. Just not every community has this, man. I worked in a different county for a lot of years, and this was never part of what we did consistently. To see FCA and 247 and Zandra and obviously Randy Bonner and the Dillard family and what they've meant to Walker Valley High School. Mickey Clark and the churches that we have that pour into our kids, it's really unbelievable to be a part of. And I am so thankful to be in this community. We've lived here for a long time, but to be able to work in this community and love the families in this community and work with the men in this community, I'm pretty humbled to be a part of it. But we're just trying to make sure our kids understand the importance of putting good people around you. We talk about discipline a lot. Nick Saban is one of my favorite. He's the best to ever do it. I'm not an Alabama fan, but I'm a Nick Saban fan. And when he talks about discipline, he talks about there's going to be things in life that you want to do. And discipline is saying, hey, that thing that I want to do is bad for me. So I got to make the decision not to do it. And then there's going to be things that I need to do that I don't want to do. And I got to have the discipline to say, I'm going to do that thing I don't want to do. And there's decisions we make every single day that are on that scale. And, us as adults have got to make sure kids understand there's something you want to do. And you're going to think it's fun. You're going to think you're going to have the best time. But you have to have the discipline not to do that because it's going to save your life or it's going to save people around you's life. And we get to do it through a game of football, and it's awesome. I love the game of football because it teaches these things. But this one is real life, and it's 18-year-olds having to make real life decisions, and that's really tough. So we got to make sure that, and we are obviously, that adults are pouring into these kids' lives, and it happens every day. And I'm proud to stand up here with these guys.
Yeah, certainly. So Mickey Clark is the pastor of Crossroads Community Church, and Mickey, just give me your take on all this, buddy.
Well, first of all, it's been a great morning. I've been listening from the very beginning, and I do think it's important. The thoughts that are in my mind is I hope that people are grasping the concepts of all these amazing coaches and school boards and directors and everything. Like it's more than A's, B's, and C's and graduation day. And what it makes me think about more than anything, and one of the reasons why I'm here is we partner alongside a lot of these organizations because we see what they do. I've told Coach Floyd, it's easy to partner with him because of the things that he does, and we want to support that and move his ministry forward to these young men. And it's more about just winning football games, though we want to win football games. But at the same time, when it's all said and done, this partnership's got to be bigger. And what I want to say very simply is I hope the parents will understand the reason why we partner so hard is because so many aren't doing their job. And that may come across a little bit harsh, and I don't mean it harsh. I mean it in all the love in the world. Like the reason why people are stepping in is because they have to. But if parents, like Dr. Cash had said, will come alongside and reiterate, like these guys can only do so much. They can do only so much in a 2.5 hour practice, even though it's 5 days of the week, and then go play a game. But you know what? When they go home if they don't see the same things, if there's not trust at their house, if there's not discipline at the house. You know, Apostle Paul in the book of Romans said literally, my heart does the very thing that I hate, and I don't do the things that I want to do. It's that battle of the flesh. And as adults, it's time for us to step up. I'm a parent of 5. I've had 3 go through prom. Got 2 more girls that are not going to be allowed to go to prom. And it's one of those things that, but on a serious note, like, it's nerve-wracking. It really is. And it's not because that I'm consumed with my kids and not that my kids have always made great decisions, but it's because I don't know what everybody else is doing. And so I'd like to say something very sincerely. Like, please know that you're loved. Parents, you have worth. If you're battling with addictions and struggles, that's called being human. But you don't have to stay there. The only person keeping you in those shackles, you look at every day when you shave. And there's a group of people that want to come alongside you and help you, so that not if you can't find the worth for yourself, that you can find the worth for your children and your grandbabies. Because this community matters. We need every single person to get there. Prom's going to be a great time. It's going to be an awesome time. I know there's been a lot of work put into it. And it's amazing how no matter how much hard work can happen, one simple decision can change the focus for the whole night. And these guys do it every Friday night. No matter how much work's put into that game, one decision can change the focus for the whole night. And people are talking about a personal foul. They're talking about a penalty that changed the game. And so that's where people are dependent on each other. And I say it this way, if we can't depend on each other, then I don't know what else we can do. And it's just time as a community to start really loving each other enough to stand in the gap, speak the truth, just like these organizations are doing, come alongside these students, but also to start pulling, my job, start pulling on some parents, pulling on some churches. You know, if you go to a church and you don't know if they're involved in these organizations, you need to go ask your pastor, why are we not involved in these organizations? Why are we not supporting these coaches? Billy Graham said this, a coach will have more impact in 1 year than most people with their whole life. And so you want me to tell you where the influence is, and you want me to tell you where to support, and it's not about wanting something from them, it's about partnering with them to help them be able to do the things they need to do. Because I promise, I can speak for all these men, they're doing a whole lot more than football. And they're standing in the gap for a lot of parents, and we need to come alongside them.
Pastor Mickey Clark. All right, we have saved Nathan Sembeck as the head coach at Meigs County High School. I understand you've got, Coach Sembeck, a personal story here. Is that right?
Yes, sir. My life was influenced by something like this. When I was 19 years old, a man fell asleep and hit me head on in a back road in Athens, Tennessee, and I spent 70 days in the hospital. I spent 21 in a medically induced coma, 26 in ICU. I had to learn how to walk again. I broke my femur, my ankle, my knee, chipped a part of my vertebrae, things like that. So my life's been impacted by this. I've seen the stress it put on my parents to me be sitting there in that bed and not knowing what comes next. I had open heart surgeries. I probably had like 12 surgeries total. I want to talk about this a little bit because a lot of people don't talk about the good that these guys do, but when I was in ICU and when I woke up, Coach Cagle was one of the first people that saw me when I was in bed. And in true Coach Cagle form, I asked, "Hey, you know, can I get my helmet?" I just graduated. He goes, "No, you can't have it." I thought that was the time I was going to actually get something from him. So, I spent a couple of years recovering. And Coach Cagle actually got me into coaching because I had to drop out of school for a little bit. And as I was recovering, he got me into coaching and helping him out. And that's why I'm here today, is because of what a coach has done for me in my life. We talk about in our program, and this kind of hits on what everybody says, one of our core values is selflessness. In today's world, everything's about me. You know, your social media, how many likes did I get? How many views do I have? How many impressions did I have on this picture? And when you choose to make a decision that puts others at risk, it's selfish. You know, you choose to text and drive, and I'm not innocent. I've checked my phone driving before. I've texted somebody while driving. It's irresponsible. It's dangerous because you're putting other people at risk. When you choose to drink and drive, you're putting other people at risk, and it's really not worth it. One moment's not worth a lifetime, kind of like Coach Barber was talking about earlier. So this is really special to me. I've seen how it impacted a lot of people. I've seen how it's brought people together and how God brought some good out of it. I know there's a lot of tragedy surrounding this movement, but it brought this today that we're talking about it. It's brought people together. So thank God for that. I thank God for these coaches and what it's directly done in my life.
Well, and it's a miracle you're here and now a head coach. That's wonderful. I tell you what, we're putting a wrap on this morning. Let me remind everyone that we will be back at 3:00 this afternoon with more community people on this special broadcast. I want to bring Jared, Zandra, and Randy up one more time to close us out here. So if you guys want to come over here, and then I'm going to have Pastor Clark do a benediction, and then we're gonna move on. We feel here that it is so important that we are going to basically pause our broadcast day, and look, if Bridget, it's this is just, I don't even know how to say it, just the height of importance.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, right? Yeah. It is so important to us here at the station. This morning has just been wonderful. Randy's done such a great job just coordinating this whole morning, the different viewpoints of everyone that's been in today, and I think a lot of great points have been mentioned, and we've heard a lot of great reminders.
Want to get final comment, Sandra, and kind of like Coach Akins, you can keep it to a year. That'd be nice. Run along here,
Worked really hard.
No,
you did good. No, really hard.
You did good. You did
Damon give
good.
you a hard time. And God knows Bo will. So.
No, I'll make it short and sweet. It's been amazing watching everybody come together, and we're all here for the same purpose, and it's to keep our kids safe and to help them make good choices. And it is our job to guide them. And you guys right here behind me, you have such an influence. And I loved what you said. Who said that about Billy Graham? Was it you? That was amazing. I never knew that, and I really like him. But but it really,
it's good to hear that you like Billy Graham. hey, how do you feel about Mother Teresa?
No, be nice. No, but that made it. It's
I know it's Baptist, but
but you guys you just don't know the influence that you have, and thank you all for being here, and the 24/7 movement for allowing us to partner with you. We love them, and it takes all of us working together. So thank you.
That's wonderful, Randy.
We've got great influencers in our students' lives, and this is a fine group behind us, all the people that have been coming in, great influencers. And we need to be talking about this because the recent survey indicated that still 84% of students out there on prom night, if they're involved in some kind of circumstance where they've been drinking or drugs, that they would rather drive home than call their parents. So that's something we need to continue to talk about. And 1,000 students will perish on prom night this year because of choices they make. And we just need to keep this in front of our community, in front of our families, in front of our parents, our students, our teachers, educators, our coaches, because these are so important.
Jared?
It's been so good to hear everything that's been said this morning. We've got a very special community, and we're talking about this. It's necessary. And like I said earlier, if we're talking, we're winning. So parents, have the hard conversation. Sit down with your child, talk to them. Any sort of adult that has an influence in the life of a teenager or student, have the hard conversation. Talk straight to them. Don't drink and drive. Don't drive distracted. Make good choices. Tell it to them straight. Remind them, put that at the forefront of their mind heading into this season, because they're worth it. They need to know that they're worth it. And they need to carry that belief into this season and make good choices so that we can all move forward, protected, safe, and helping these young lives be at their very best. And so this has been an incredible morning.
Pastor Mickey Clark, close us out in prayer, would you?
Thank you. Lord, we thank you so much for an amazing morning. Lord, a time to pause in our busy days and busy weeks with everything we got going on and put priority on what matters the most, which is lives. And Lord, your scripture tells us that you came to give us life and to give us life more abundantly. And Lord, because of that, I pray a hedge of protection around this season called prom. And I pray a hedge of protection around our students, and I pray that you would help them to make wise decisions. I specifically pray for those that have experienced loss in an amazing way over the last several years that this hits home with. Lord, will you comfort them today? Will you give them peace today? And will you let them know that that tragedy was not in vain because of the output of this community and trying to make a difference? Lord, be with us. Be with these coaches. Be with everybody that's been here today. Give them a great day as we go about doing the things you've called us to do. And Lord, thank you so much for our amazing community. Lord, for the surrounding counties and the efforts that are made to love students well and to put worth where it belongs. So Lord, will you do what only you can do? Lord, we know that your scripture says that you have a hope and a future for us. Lord, help us get to that future through the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. All right, so that's going to do it for us at this segment this morning. We'll come back this afternoon. We're going to do the same thing here from a lot more wonderful people from this community. Again, the message is simple: save tonight, memories for a lifetime. For all of us at Mix 1041, MixTV.tv, and our friends at Bradley Medical Center. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again at 3 o'clock.